Kick a little something for them cars that be bumped.
It isn't nothing like that. It isn't nothing like that good soul music. Now use it and let Jay prove it. Just lose it. With everything you do, just know she got your back, yo. And she'll even make you laugh show after show. She got the vibes that'll make you ride top down. And if you got a couple pounds, she'll be around. Justified madness.
What's up, what's happening? It's your girl, J1 Yvette, and welcome to the Soundoff Wednesday edition of Justified Madness. That's music from Mtume with the 80s hit R&B song Juicy Fruit. And before I go on, I want to say rest in paradise, James Mtume, the man after whom the band was named. Many people remember that song from the 80s, as well as You, Me, and He, but James Mtume was far from a one-hit wonder. Born James Foreman on January 3rd, 1946, he became professionally known as James Mtume. He was a jazz and R&B musician, songwriter, record producer, activist, and radio personality. He worked with jazz legend Miles Davis between 1971 and 1975. And not only was James Mtume a vocalist, but he was also a percussionist. He played piano, keyboards, drums, guitar, and bass guitar. James Mtume passed away this past Sunday, January 9th, just 6 days after celebrating his 76th birthday. My love and prayers go out to all of his loved ones. And also this week, we lost someone else who became near and dear to many of us during the 80s and 90s run of the sitcom Full House, and to younger audiences in the Netflix reboot Fuller House, actor Bob Saget. Many of us came to know and love him as Danny Tanner of Full House, which ran from 1987 until 1995. He was also the voice of narrator Ted Mosby on the CBS sitcom How I Met Your Mother. He was born Robert Lane Saget on May 17, 1956, and sadly passed away on January 9th, just one day after performing stand-up comedy outside of Orlando, Florida. He was 65 years old. Now, these losses happening back to back, and right at the beginning of a new year, no less, bring some things into focus. Life is short. Now, I know we've heard that saying all of our lives, but with the passing of over 800,000 Americans from a global pandemic and back-to-back losses of well-known people that were near and dear to our hearts, it just really makes us bring it even more into focus, that every single moment counts and that we should never take our time here on earth for granted. So be kind to one another. Say I love you to your loved ones. Say I apologize when you need to, and find joy even in the little things. As the great Muhammad Ali once said, don't count the days, make the days count. Now, can I get an amen to that? So let's take it back to 1987 one time and remember Bob Saget as Danny Tanner on one of our favorite shows from the 80s and 90s. This theme song was called Everywhere You Look, and it was performed by Jesse Frederick. And then I'm taking it to some more music from the Jonas Brothers. So right now, just vibe with me for a minute, y'all. You're tuned in to Justified Madness with your girl, J1 Yvette.
Yo, what's new with the movies this week? What's new with music, yo?
Your girl J1 Yvette's about to tell you.
What's new in music and movies this week?
Well, I'm here to tell you what's new in music and movies this week. Starting with new singles, 2 Chainz featuring 42 Doug have a new single called $2 Million Worth of Game. David Guetta and Morton with Permanence. Don Diablo featuring Watts with Face to Face. Halsey and People Disappear Here. Jonas Bleu and Why Don't We with Don't Wake Me Up, Sam Short with Say It, Silk World with Why'd You Leave, and Steve Aoki featuring Shaquille O'Neal with Welcome to the Playhouse. New albums dropping this week include David Bowie with Toy Box, Halsey with If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power, the expanded edition, RuPaul with Mama Ru, and the much anticipated new album from The Weeknd called Dawn FM. Now for the full list of new music, go to officialcharts.com and click on new releases. New in movie theaters this week, it's Scream. 25 years after a streak of brutal murders shocked the quiet town of Woodsboro, a new killer has donned the ghost-faced mask and begins targeting a group of teenagers to resurrect secrets from the town's deadly past. Scream stars Melissa Barea, Mason Gooding, Jenna Ortega, and Jack Quaid, and it's rated R. Now, if you're more of a stay-at-home and chill kind of movie lover, no worries. Stream thousands of episodes, live sports, and exclusive originals, all in one place with Paramount Plus. Access hundreds of iconic movies, from award-winning classics to hit releases, breaking news, and more. Go to Paramount Plus to try it for free for 1 week. Students get 25% off. So go to ParamountPlus.com now to sign up. And finally, are you a Cricket Wireless customer with an Android device? Then you should download the Added Up app now. Watch short videos, play games, and answer quick surveys and knock dollars off your monthly service. That's right, a few minutes a day can knock $5, $10, even up to $25 off your monthly service. So what are you waiting for? If you're a Cricket Wireless customer with an Android device, go to the Google Play Store now and download the Added Up app now. Thank me later. Oh, and since I've been using it, I haven't paid a full bill since. So go on and try that out now. It's the Added Up app if you are a Cricket Wireless customer with an Android device. Now that's the wrap up for the week. Let's get back to the show, shall we? You're tuned into Justified Madness, and I'm your girl, J1 Yvette.
Hey, yo, what's up? This is John O. This is Priest Forever, and we are the Gecko Brothers.
And you are listening to Justified Madness.
Wait a minute, this
It's the Soundoff Wednesday edition of Justified Madness with your girl J1 Yvette. That's music from Silk Sonic with Smokin Out the Window. And since it's Soundoff Wednesday, I want to talk about some things that have me feeling like smoking out the window, and I don't even smoke. Social media trolls. Yes, I have been on Instagram ever since it was available to Android users, which was around April of 2012. So we're talking roughly 10 years. Now, except for the occasional weirdo, I didn't really have any problems until about 5 years ago. And since I began using my platform to advocate for social justice, along with, sharing cat memes and videos and jokes, I have been targeted by, I'm going to just put it out there, Trump trolls, and sometimes the app itself. I have had comments and posts mass reported by trolls and taken down, but when I have folks hitting me with scams, death threats, racist and misogynistic attacks, I report them and nothing gets done. Like literally, the comments don't get taken down, their accounts are still in good standing, but I literally get explanations of how they didn't violate community guidelines. Yet I make a joke and my arse gets reported, and now I'm a couple of posts away from getting banned. That's why I'm heavy on Fanbase right now, where they don't attack you for expressing yourself or for standing up for social justice, and you actually get paid for your content. So follow me there at Fanbase. You can go to fanbase.app, fanbase.app/justifiedmadness31, or download the Fanbase app, whether you're on Google or on iPhone or Android rather. And follow me. Again, my username on Fanbase is JustifiedMadness31. Follow me there for content or subscribe for exclusives that are only available to my subscribers. And I put it out there. So if y'all see my Instagram disappear, just know it was not because of anything that I did, but because of what I didn't do. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Quick programming note, I'll be back on the air this Saturday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time for a special Martin Luther King Jr. Day edition of Justified Madness. I'm on the air every Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time right here at blogtalkradio.com/justifiedmadness. Now, if you missed any episodes, no worries. You can catch up on past episodes here on Blog Talk Radio or look for the Justified Madness podcast on Podchaser, Google Podcasts, Deezer, GeoSavin, Podcast Addict, Castbox, or basically almost anywhere else you get your podcast. My Sunday show is listed as Sunday Inspiration, and my Wednesday and Saturday night shows are listed as Justified Madness. So definitely follow, subscribe, review, rate, and keep up with the podcast, and I appreciate all of the love. Now I got to send a shout out to my official promo team, Team J1 Yvette. They are run by my girls, Tracy and Amina. You can follow them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Team J1 Yvette. And also make sure you're following me on the Twitter at J1 Yvette1. That's JWANYVETTE and the number 1. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Fanbase at Justified Madness 31. Now before I go, I want to send shout outs to my husband Ellis, my sis Deborah, all my fan band, whether by blood or by love. I love you to life, and I love you for real. No takebacks, all right now? Shout outs to my Twamley, my Young Nation, my Mad Hatters, all my ATL fam, my DMV fam, my North Carolina fam, Brenda J, Janet, Pammy, Nene, Carmisha, Yvette, Shane, and last but never ever least, my daughter Jessie. Y'all may know her as Jessie James, and she is the voice you hear open up my show every Wednesday and Saturday night right here on Justified Madness. Now coming up, if you're listening on Blog Talk Radio, I've got music from Young Bleu featuring Chris Brown and 2 Chainz with Baddest. And on the other side of the commercial, I've got music from Adele with Easy on Me. Now, if you're listening on another platform besides Blog Talk, I'll be back with a final word after a short break. God bless you and thank you for rocking with me. You're tuned in to Justified Madness with your girl, J1 Yvette.
The legacy continues. All 6 live on one stage. This time, it's for the Culture New Edition, the Culture Tour. Live in the biggest concert of the decade. With hits. That girl is after hits. The Culture Tour with Charlie Wilson. It's a non-stop hit fest. And special guest, it's a reunion of Jonas. The Culture Tour, New Edition, Charlie Wilson, and special guest, Jonas. Coming to a city near you. Visit bpctickets.com for more info. Brought to you by the Black Promoters Collective.
What's good, y'all? I'm Pink Diamond, the flyest miss that you never did see, and you're listening to Justified Madness with my big sis, J1 Yvette. Holla back 2 times.
Obstacles are what you see when you take your eyes off your goal. What does that mean? That means if you want it, you have to stay focused on it and not on the things that may come your way to distract you. People will try to discourage you. Circumstances may come and make you feel that you can never reach your goal. So stay focused on your goals. Don't spend any time or energy on anything that will steer you away from them. Let's rock it on out in 2022 and beyond. I'll see you this Saturday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time for a special Martin Luther King Day edition of Justified Madness.